tuning in once again from Lucerne. Considering that this is the middle of December in a European city such as this, I thought it would be only fitting to do a Christmas-themed clip. And I wanted to do that mainly for two reasons. One, to show you a tradition in this part of the world known as the Christmas markets. And then secondly, to kind of introduce to you how Christmas is celebrated in another part of the world than just ours. If you want my honest opinion, nobody does Christmas worse than America. We put our holiday decorations up in stores in October. We completely lose sight of what Christmas actually is about. We force people to work on Christmas. We let it get the best of us with all the stress and everything. We trample each other on Black Friday to do our Christmas shopping there. And the minute that somebody puts a manger up in the town green, somebody gets offended. Oh, and everybody keeps their Christmas decorations up until Memorial Day. I like this a lot better, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at right now. And this goes on for probably a good 3 blocks. These are the Christmas markets. Now, basically what these are a little set of markets that are basically set up in a number of European cities throughout places such as Switzerland, Germany, France, Austria, and actually also in Quebec. So if you go up to Montreal or Quebec City around this time of year, you're going to see some similar stuff. Probably not to the extent that we have it here, but you are going to see a lot of that stuff. Now, what people bring to these markets is a variation of stuff. From homemade ornaments, to arts and crafts, to clothing, more arts and crafts, and the best part of all, food. So I'm going to show you an example of one right here. We got someone selling sausages. You can tell these are homemade too. Farm-raised eggs. Remember, this part of the world is a lot better than us when it comes to the lack of growth hormones and MSG in all of our food. And then here's another arts and crafts example. Homemade ornaments. And then another guy selling sausages and pickled onions and meats and cheeses and pestos and all sorts of homemade stuff right there. Because this area covers kind of a wide range. I'm going to start heading towards the main square there, where most of them are. We got some syrups here. Oh, of course, apple schnapps and booze. And some of these arts and crafts look really sick. So, like, check these out right here. These are all homemade, by the way. Alright, so that's the other half right there. And while I'm going over here, I'm going to explain how Christmas is celebrated in Switzerland. So everybody has their own Christmas traditions. In Germany, they do something with candy and the shoes. In Mexico, they do something with like a pinata. I'm going to be experiencing that once I get home. In Wales, they do this really weird thing with a horse skull, marching it into people's houses, making a little puppet out of it. It actually looks really creepy. But in Switzerland, what happens is in November, they actually start with the baking of the Christmas cookies. So, I would like to personally apologize for all of my bashing on people for, doing Christmas stuff in November. Actually, you know what? I maybe not, because that's not done for the right reasons. But in this culture, they start baking the Christmas cookies, which is a big part of their tradition, in November. And actually, there's one of these shops that is selling those Christmas cookies. And I'm going to show them to you. If I can maneuver my way through this crowd. Yes. So here we go. Here's some of the sweets. These are the traditional Swiss Christmas cookies. I'm surprised I'm not getting any weird looks, because this is probably the 4th time I've come here attempting to record this clip. So, you got some of the sweetbreads right here. That's actually really heavy, so, you can tell that there's, actually that's what it looks like on the inside. A little bit of a jam there. That is sick. That is sick right there. But yeah, so they start with the Christmas cookies in November, and then we get to the key thing about Swiss Christmas. On December 6th, a figure by the name of Sammy Klaus comes by, and basically after, certain rituals, he hooks the kids up with sweets, such as chocolate and peanuts and oranges. Now, if you know anything about geography and what December 6th actually means, you probably know who that is the local version of. Santa! Yep. So that is the local name, Sammy Klaus. And I'm going to show you some more of these booths while I'm talking about it. So we got some more candles. That took a lot of work, by the way. And what he does is he actually comes by with kind of like an alter ego that kind of comes by with a little birch branch, and then he kind of punishes kids that have not been that great during the year, and basically as a way to kind of tell them to get their shit together. Now, had I grown up in this part of the world, I would have gotten blood drawn from that birch branch hitting me when I was a kid. And so that's like Sammy Klaus's alter ego. It's not Krampus. I know that's what he sounds like. It is absolutely not. And then what happens is the kids read or recite one of many pre-written poems to him, and then when they do it and they do it well, then he hooks them up with all the treats. Now, on actual December 24th to December 25th, Sammy Klaus does not come around. It is actually what they call the Christschindli, otherwise known as the Christ Child. He's basically like an angel, as we had depicted it, with the wings and the halo and everything, and kind of hangs out in the living room, putting the presents under the tree. But the kids are not allowed to enter the room until the bell rings. And when he rings the bell, just like you heard, then the kids come into the room, and the Christschindli has basically taken off. So, do you ever wonder how Santa does all that work, hitting all those houses in a single night? He doesn't. He splits up his workload so that he's not doing it all at once. And of course, he's got, the Christ Child helping him out too. So I bet you that the other kids in your class don't know that. Is that raclette? Shut the hell up. Okay, I'm getting this. I'm gonna add another couple minutes to this clip because I am getting this and I'm gonna eat it right here. Basically what that is raclette is something where they actually, there's two different ways of doing it. They, the more French version is they'll actually take a wheel of cheese and then they'll basically kind of put it underneath a heat lamp, and then they'll basically take it and then they'll scrape off the melted part like onto potatoes or something like this. This is like the German Swiss version of it, where they actually like take it and they put it in a little pan and they kind of like melt it and then pour it over a little bit of stale bread with some shallots and some pickles. So it's mainly like, you know, Swiss Texas toast on crack. And that's pretty much what it's going to taste like. And then another thing that is very popular in this part of the world too is fondue. What happens here is they got like the cheese boil in there. 4 different types of cheese go into that. You know, it's also infused with some white wine and some garlic. And then you kind of take a little bit of bread and then you kind of use it really to stir as well. And then you twirl it. Then you put it onto the plate. And you just do that until it's all gone. Oh man. Oh my God. Feel free to fast forward. All right. And I'm going to...
This is a mix with paprika and this is pepper and salt.
Okay. Well, I'm going for the paprika. But not so much that you mask the flavor. All right, Dankeschön. It's like an orgasm in your mouth right there. So, up next comes the high altitude in the Alps and the snow warning and all that, and I think this clip has gone on long enough. So, hit like if you want me to make more of these, and of course, thank you for watching.